A lot has happened since my last update about the heated misunderstanding between Mercy Chinwo, JUDIKAY and Mr. Ezekiel Onyedikachukwu, fondly called Eezee Tee. In this video, I'll be sharing updates from their lawyers, from the court, from their pastors, parents, and much more. This video is a subsequent update on this topic. If you're new to the story, I'll be leaving links to our previous videos on this topic in the description box. We have started sharing updates on this topic as far back as March 2023. So if you would like to catch up on the story, go check the description box for the links to the previous videos. In this video, we'll start by taking a short clip from one of the counsels of Mr. Ezekiel Onyedikachukwu, fondly called Eezee Tee.
When this particular contract was submitted at EFCC, one expected them to go to the law firm to confirm whether this contract was obtained under duress, whether Mercy Chinwo signed it under duress, because since 2017 Mercy Chinwo signed this contract, she has been collecting her own rights that amount to over 600,000 USD. Yes, the records are there. Now, when do you now realize that you enter it under duress, and now using EFCC to invalidate a contract? I don't know when EFCC has turned out to be caught.
Another major update is the recent allegation coming from JUDIKAY, also accusing Eezee Tee of diverting a sum of $264,000 from her earnings. A detailed report was published by an independent auditing firm called Pearson Consulting Limited, presenting it as a proof against Eezee Tee. In response to this, Eezee Tee posted a video clip showing a reconciliation meeting held in March 2024 with JUDIKAY, her husband, and some members of her team. Let's listen to the video.
Were there issues of concern on the contract that you felt you should have brought to our notice? Or maybe we didn't provide an opportunity. Maybe you didn't have an opportunity to bring it forward, and this can be an opportunity for us to look at it, give clarity, where necessary. And then generally or holistically, would there be any discrepancies you want to move forward that you want us to address or deal with before we move into financials? Sorry? You can't say none whatsoever. Every system run by man will have its. You can't say here that Eezee Concept has run perfectly and optimally to your expectation and to all that you desired. You don't have any what?
Any discrepancy to error. No.
So for the past 4 years, you've not had any issue. There's not been any contractual discrepancy. You feel like there's a part of the contract that is the devil. Maybe whilst you signed, you didn't notice that you were signing your liver, your kidney. Because some contracts right now, when you sign, you automatically initiated. So it might not even be financial issues. It might be demonic issues, it might be issues of cultism, and maybe somehow Eezee just portrayed a lot of kingdom and Jesus stuff. When we got into it and realized that he's affiliated to one thing.
We don't need to watch.
Yeah, so we need to be sure. Sincerely, we need to be sure so that we can deal with them, or maybe apologize for some of those areas, and then go forward. That being said,
thank God it's on record. If we had concerns as to these computations, then we'll come with let's go through everything. But we don't have concerns, and we don't have concerns is not coming from sentiments. These are not sentimental statements. So we're saying we are good.
Eezee Tee has also given a detailed reply to Pastor Anselm Madubuko. Pastor Anselm has always been known to be the spiritual father of Mercy Chinwo, and he is also a well-respected pastor. He previously published a press statement where he pointed out the role he had played in trying to resolve the matter. In his press statement, he gave a detailed explanation of how Eezee Tee had continuously frustrated all his efforts in resolving the conflict. He stated that his first attempt of resolution was in 2022, another in 2023, and the last in 2024. He claimed that all these attempts were frustrated by Eezee Tee. In response to his statement on Monday, 20th of January 2025, Eezee Tee published a detailed response. He said, "This is a response to Apostle Anselm Madubuko's press statement dated and publicized on the 18th of January 2024. I am not surprised at the statement made by the apostle. I expected it and still expect more to come from others within the gospel and church ecosystem. It is important that when men of God who hold positions of influence over followers are entrusted with the responsibility to resolve conflicts, they do it without bias and with a sense of fairness that God teaches us to uphold." At the first mediation meeting called by the apostle, the label expressed that one of the artists had been boycotting scheduled events for higher paying engagements and diverting funds into her personal accounts. Contrary to the terms of her contract, the apostle remained silent and refused to address the breaches alleged against the said artist. At a second meeting, which had Efe Omoregbe, Mama Hilda Dokubo, Mr. Mena the artist, husbands, both serve as their managers, as the artists were absent. The focus of the mediation centered around the catalogue, with the artists demanding the transfer of the master rights to them. However, this is not possible as they are only entitled to royalties from it. After it was obvious that we would not cower into relinquishing the master rights, the conversation fleeting shifted to a discourse about auditing. We all agreed to appoint an independent, unbiased auditor that will audit the label account and Mercy Chinwo's account to establish who indeed was being financially untruthful. However, on our part, we still went on to submit all our books to JUDIKAY's personal auditors to comment the auditing process. Let me start by stating unequivocally that even though they have tried very hard to make the allegations against the label that of diversion of funds and mismanagement of royalties, it is not so. No funds were diverted by Eezee Concept. The singular motive is to find a way to forcefully claim ownership of the music catalog that was created during the term of our agreement with the label against the clear expression of the agreement that the company owns the catalog in the perpetuity and would only account to her for royalty. Contrary to the assertion made by the apostle, he was indeed the one that stopped picking my calls or replying to my messages after I kept following up about rescheduling a meeting to appoint new auditors trusted by all parties. I called the apostle several times, messaged him and even went physically to his house twice to ensure that this matter was amicably resolved. I kept reminding him of the meeting he promised to convene, and his response to me was that I should relax, that he would let me know when a date of the meeting is fixed. Up till date, I did not get a word. All that the apostle kept telling me was that he would revert when he had word from the other parties. While I was running helter-skelter to resolve the issue, it became apparent something unimaginable was at play as I got detained in Ilorin for 9 days. During this period, all my records and books of accounts were investigated and no wrongdoings was discovered on the part of Eezee Concept. I was denied access to my family, my wife and child. I could not access my accounts as all my personal and corporate accounts were frozen during this period. My international passport suspiciously got missing this period too. Only God understands what I went through. All I did was invest in Christian creatives and make an attempt to build the gospel music ecosystem further. Throughout the contract period, Eezee Concept provided periodic financial reports to all its talents, allowing them to seek clarifications or contest any discrepancies. It is very disheartening and sad to see that people who God has called to lead his flock would deliberately seek to pervert the cause of justice and employ their hallowed position to make false claims and misrepresent facts of an issue. Our God is a God of justice, and he will mete out his wrath on the party that is being dishonest in this matter. Despite the challenges, Eezee Concept remains committed to pursuing a fair and unbiased resolution to uphold justice and maintain the integrity of our contract and our organization. Wow, that was a long read, and that is the statement that was published by Mr. Ezekiel Oyedikachuku, representing his brand Eezee Conceptz. So veteran Nigerian actress Mrs. Hilda Dokubo, who is the mother of Mr. Ezekiel Oyedikachuku, has also made a statement about the matter. Expressing herself on her Insta stories, she wrote, "How can a clergy wipe his feet on the truth and in the same line claim he is hopeful that peace will prevail? How laughable yet sad." So like I said in my previous video, there is still a lot that is yet to be uncovered from this case, and I am definitely keeping my fingers crossed to bring you all the updates here on the channel Becky Culture Media. This broadcast was brought to you by Becky Culture Media, where we talk about trending news and events. Please let us know where you're watching the video from in the comment section below.
Hey, stop. Merci CHINWO, how are you?
Fine.
Minister Modula.
You is moving.
Minister.
You are you not a manager to a minister?
There's love in sharing.
Exactly.
Common smoothie can love you.
Come on, Pepe Soup.
Jesus gave his life for all of us.
Jesus
life.
gave his life.
Yes.
He gave his life.
And you're like Jesus.
I asked you for Pepe
Give
Soup.
me smoothie.